the reason I like to do these tests on metal detectors, well, let me back up. So I've read comments where people say, he probably hasn't even been out and used it in the field. And I want to see actual results from the field. Well, the reason that I do these tests on a metal detector prior to going to the field, in my own test garden, in ground that I have, that's in my case is mineralized, is because I want to know what the detector can do before I get out in the field. I don't want to just wonder. I want to know what a 4-inch dime sounds like. I want to know what a 4-inch nickel sounds like. I want to know what a 2-inch nickel sounds like. I want to know if this thing can, or any metal detector, can detect a coin around in a nail-ridden area. If it can't, then I'm not going to go to the trashiest part of the park or take it to a ghost town or a cellar hole or something like that. I'd like to know those kind of things before I go. And people that say, you've ruined my expectations for the Apex, well, I'm sorry. If you don't want to watch the videos, don't watch them. Just get your detector, go out and detect and have fun. Will you find stuff? Yes, you will. Since I've been doing this test, I've now been going into the parks and found quite a few coins and very little trash because I know what the different targets sound like. And I will say that this thing loves deep iron and bottle caps because I have dug those. But for the most part, I'm avoiding pull tabs and foil and things like that because of the tests that I've done. So, take it for what it's worth. Like I said, if you don't want to watch the videos, don't watch them. If it's a big letdown to you, or you think that I'm trying to prove that one machine's better than another, I'm not. I'm showing what they can do against each other. Personally, I like to know what the detector can do against another model. If I'm a new person and I've never been metal detecting before, I think these kind of videos would be useful for that person. If $400 is a lot of money for someone to spend for a metal detector, if I was doing the research, I would make sure that I got a detector that's going to best suit my needs. I'm going to watch videos and see which one performs in the area that I'm going to use it in before I make a decision. So, anyway, we'll follow up here with a few more comments. Back in a minute. Last thing here with the Garrett APX. After reading a bunch of comments on Facebook and a few other places about needing to have iron audio off and having this thing set up differently, I just wanted to go back through this test one more time here with the nails end to end with the coins in between. I already showed you the nail board test in another video, so you can go back and watch that. But so what we've got is the coins down there. Now the dime is different. It's actually one I found last night. I don't know what happened to I think I picked the other one up and used on a nail board test and can't find it now. So it is a different dime, but it's a dime. So we got zero mode, iron audio off is what people are saying needs to be done. Now, I'm also going to state that I have highly mineralized ground. This ground balance is at 92. I'm 4 to 5 bars on an F75. It's not mild ground. That might be a factor. So just remember that when you're doing your own test, and if you come out with something different, the lengths of your nails could be different. But the comparisons I've been doing are turn on and go, select a mode. These detectors aren't that hard to run. The fact that iron audio is a hindrance for this machine concerns me, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But anyway, so zero mode, relic will do almost as good, but we're going to do zero mode with iron audio off. I got the sensitivity all the way up. Seems to do a little better than with it down. Garrett says to do about a 3 foot 1 second sweep speed, which would be 1. So now you can see that it is picking up some of those coins in between nails. But try to follow the screen here. Mostly hitting the penny and the nickel. But I got a little EMI here. Notice where it's pulling those numbers into. They're a very low conductive / iron. Garrett says to use iron audio to check a signal and to see if it's iron. Well, if you turn the iron audio on, now what do you got? Totally drowning out those coins. So, yeah, it does do better with iron audio off, and it's recommended that you hunt with it off. So if you went to, I'm in the US, I'm gonna go to US coins. Well, let's just go to let's just go to jewelry. If I go to the jewelry mode, nothing. Because the iron is pulling those targets down so far they can only make it into that first segment. The low conductive / iron. I have no problem trying other people's suggestions, but the fact that I can take the simplex and just turn it on in a mode, not have to make any adjustments, iron audio's on and run and pick up those coins no problem, you know, you decide which one's better. Same thing with the Fisher F19. The thing is not hard to run. You turn it on, it's got V-brake that you adjust. I adjusted the V-brake to where iron comes in, or as where small irons knocked out. And you got a volume adjustment that includes iron tone, which I like to use iron tone on all my machines. So anyway, you know, it's a $425 detector. So anyway, I mean, I compared the Apex to other machines in or around its price range. Simplex is basic $250 machine. You turn it on, you select the mode. I mean, it does have a bunch of other operations, but the fact that a new user can come in, just select the mode and go and get decent performance is something. The Fisher F19, you know, like I said, I already gave my spill on the Fisher F19, and I'm not comparing it to a Deus or a Equinox, something that costs a lot more money. Probably the Minelab Vanquish would be another good comparison, but just remember, take into consideration my ground. It's basically an apples to apples comparison when you look at it that way. It's on the same ground, it's got the same setup. You know, these are basic modes that I'm selecting in each one of the metal detectors. This isn't a hard machine to run.